Many, many moons ago, a legend and a curse were born through fire and suffering. This is the untold legend of the long lost episode. One late night, 4 men embarked on a fiery demise. It was a night of pain. It was a night of regret. It was a night of shock. And it was a night to forget. And due to their actions, on that very night, the very next episode never saw the light. But now on this very day, the locked curse has been lifted. And thus, all of you have indeed been gifted the long lost episode. And so, the story begins here.
Guys, we're back once again with another episode. Today we're going to look into the world of cryptids. We will get on to what cryptids are and what cryptids we like and we're going to look at in just a moment. But I do just want to put a quick disclaimer that this episode is being filmed. Sorry, I probably sound a bit tender. It's because I am tender. This episode is being filmed, half an hour after?
So half an hour.
We finished filming the food episode. Now, if you've watched this food episode, you'll know, that we ate like the world's hottest hot chip at the end of that episode.
Oh
my god. Oh my god. This was a mistake. Oh my fucking god.
That's pretty hot.
Oh, if I just swallow it.
Yeah, go on in.
Oh, fuck.
My gums!
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
It's pretty nasty.
Oh, my God. I'm in pain.
I'm in so much pain.
Oh, mate. Fuck. That is hot. That is hot.
That was not a good idea.
This is not good at all. It's like inescapable pain.
That's the laugh. Oh, man.
I'm a mess, man. I want my tears burn.
Do you know what really makes this better? Dead man fingers rum. Jesus Christ. He's full on fucking gum.
I wasn't.
Fuck.
I wasn't expecting it to be this bad.
That was stupid. Don't try this at home.
And it's still fucking me up now. So this is obviously its own episode, but it's kind of also I think will serve as an aftermath.
Yeah.
The
episode.
hangover.
Yeah, the hangover of the chip. I mean, I just want to say, like, my chest hurts. It's quite tight. My stomach feels awful, and I think it's just as that hot chip is passing through me.
It's good to know you're only 1 minute 53 for the episode. You're basically giving me heart attack symptoms.
Yeah.
Your first aid alert.
Every
You're gone, mate.
Every now and then, I get a little flake of chili hit the back of my throat. So if I suddenly can't speak properly, then you know why. How are you guys feeling, by the way?
I'm okay now.
You're okay?
Yeah.
I feel surprisingly okay.
Yeah.
But
Like,
I don't know.
It's too good to be
Yeah,
true.
I'm like,
I'm worried.
Is it just delayed?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously, you know, you'll see by the footage that it was
It's awful.
we was all going through a hard time in our life.
That was the worst moment of my life.
It was bad.
It
was bad.
I can feel it, like you said. I know where it's at. It's traveling around my body.
Yeah.
It's like it's in this area now.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to.
But it was just how quickly it's kind
down.
of. It was so bad and intense, and now it's gone.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought something of that pain would stay with me for a longer period of time. It's kind of just gone.
It's been repressed.
It's in the memory bank.
It's just I'm repressing the the
blocked it
horror.
out. Watch it.
I'm just scared of like the damage that it's doing to my insides at this moment in time.
Yeah, I'll be glad when it.
Yeah, when
imagine if that was the worst cryptid. The chip.
I can confirm that is fucking a real thing.
The chip did.
The chip did. Oh man, who killed Jordan? The chip did. Fuck. But anyway, I'm in a bit of pain, but it is what it is, and we will crack on. The show must go on. So, boys, when I say the word cryptid, what does that say to you? Are you that clued into the old cryptid world?
I mean, I'm thinking of Bitcoin. I'm not. Gonna
I thought cryptid was like, I don't know, like codes and stuff.
Yeah,
a cryptic.
I think I was just maybe thinking of like all the
encryption.
Yeah,
wow.
the crypto factor.
Yeah, I've got a definition here for you. Nice. So a cryptid is an animal whose existence or survival is disputed or unsubstantiated, such as the Yeti. Okay. But it's so they're basically, some of them are seen as mythical creatures or one-offs. But at the same time, there are examples. For example, the giant squid was forever seen as a cryptid.
Okay.
Actually turned out to be real.
Right.
And there are all sorts. I'm pretty sure technically a dragon is classed as a cryptid, which is a talking point I want to start off with, because dragons, right? I know you think like Dungeons, Dragons, all that kind of stuff, whatever, but you've got depictions of dragons throughout history, way back, from different, like Wales and China. Do you know what I mean? Like places that are so far apart, and yet they have this one thing in common.
What are those big lizards called? Them big fucking
Komodo dragons.
Give a Komodo dragon one of them hot chips. You got a fucking dragon.
You got an actual dragon.
You got yourself a dragon.
Yeah, 100%.
Breathing straight fire.
Yeah. Straight fire.
It felt that way.
But yeah, no, it's very strange that white from Wales to China.
Yeah,
sounds like a new record. Sounds like a new Iggy Azalea song, doesn't it?
From Wales to China, or an APMA special. We're going from Wales to China on a pedal bike.
Oh,
goals.
Can't wait to finish in Wuhan.
God, dear, oh dear,
for the parties.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's just I feel like there's more weight to it than people give it credit for, and also it maybe not the fire breathing element. Maybe that's been added over time, but a giant flying lizard, is it really out of the realms of possibility?
Like a leftover dinosaur.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because maybe they just didn't die off all like in one go.
Yeah,
maybe
I mean, crocodiles are still here.
Maybe they de-evolved a little bit, and there's just a few left.
Yeah, lost their wings.
Yeah. If a Komodo dragon jumps off a cliff, it flies for a bit.
Very true. Yeah. Therefore, technically, by proxy, it would be a dragon. But yeah, I think that's something with this whole cryptid talk you need to take into consideration. Is it something that is quite rare? Is it something that has, been seen in a limited capacity, or is it something that has, grown in mythology over the years? Because do you guys, for example, think that there is a monster in the Loch of Ness?
I have been to Loch Ness.
Have you?
Yeah.
Specifically for that, or just
no? We were like,
through?
I was going up towards somewhere in Scotland, but we passed it, so I went and had a look.
Yeah.
Didn't spot anything.
Is it big? As in like the loch itself?
The loch is huge.
Is it?
Apparently, I might need to fact check this, Ben, but I think it goes really deep, and it's got like sort of caves and stuff. So
really?
It's really hard to map.
Man.
I think it's got underwater cave systems.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness! 22 square miles.
Yeah.
With an average depth of 132 meters.
And I think it's...
it makes more sense.
Yeah, and I think... But yeah, I don't think it's right.
I've always thought it's like a bit of a fucking pond.
But I think
just drain it.
Interconnected. The locks are interconnected to other locks as well. So like, if there was something there, it could go to other locks. I think. But
wow,
huge.
it's massive. I never knew.
It's huge.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it? That people are like, is it a hoax, or is it true? But I think that the most impressive thing about Loch Ness is that it's just like a worldwide phenomenon, isn't it? Like just how much spread this actually gets. If you just quickly click on that, because I think that image there is supposedly fake, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that looks like, if you look at the waves,
the
water around it.
It looks really small.
Yeah. It looks like someone's just got their hand in the water and they've gone like...
yeah, that's what it does.
Yeah. Surely it's a better image than that to throw up.
Yeah. But I mean, I think what gives it a little bit of weight, not necessarily... it was revealed to be a hoax, yeah. But the picture is from 1934, apparently. I think what gives it a bit of weight is the fact that I can't think of what the dinosaur was, but there is a dinosaur that really closely resembles that, doesn't it?
The one in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's a fucking I can't think what it's called. Ben's now gonna pull it up. So there, I know we're talking millions of years, but there is a chance that a family of them, or you know, a section of the world could have preserved them for them to continue, and for one to pop up every now and then. You know?
I'm surprised they haven't sent a little team in to go and
really root it out.
Get a little submarine.
They have scanned. Well, I believe this, or this might have been in a film, but I'm sure they've scanned the lock with a ship.
Oh right, yeah.
But that might have been in a film. So I do. Might need to double check that, but I'm sure they have scanned it and not found anything. I'm pretty positive.
Imagine going diving in the lock, and then
that's
you
what I mean.
come
Would
face to
you
face with
swim
that.
in there? Would you have a dip? Yeah.
Would you? Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I mean, fucking hell, swimming like loads of times in Australia with crocodiles and that, and like they fuck a Loch Ness. Like a crocodile will fuck you up.
Yeah.
What, you reckon a crocodile would beat Loch Ness?
A pack of them would.
That's a film for the Sci-Fi Channel, isn't it?
Yeah,
fucking crocodiles versus Loch Ness.
Straight after Sharknado.
yeah, isn't it?
But that's when you like going in Australia, when you jump into like some of these rivers and stuff and lakes, and you know that it's like crocodile territory.
Yeah.
Like, that gives you a buzz.
Yeah. Does it?
Well, it gives me a bit of a buzz. Yeah, jumping in like. Because you think, fucking hell, there could be like, you know, you could easily just get. Well, I guess a bit like the sharks, isn't it?
Well, they where we was in Broome, they have saltwater
crocodiles,
saltwater crocs, they come out into the. So we went down there one day, and the beach was just no one on it, and they were like waving, and there's literally a crocodile in the sea just going over the waves, and they just get everyone out the fucking water.
My God.
It's like I didn't even know that they could go in the sea.
Yeah.
Fucking mad.
They're everywhere, and they crocodiles are fucking mental.
And
like, you look at crocodiles, that's a fucking dinosaur. You know what I mean? You just look at it.
Well, they're from that era, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I remember when we was there as well, because where we was in Broome, there's this like crocodile like sanctuary there. It's like one of the biggest ones in Australia, isn't it?
Mm.
And while we was actually out there, a geezer had jumped over the fence, and he like went into one of the crocodile dens, didn't he?
What
and he was like,
did he die?
No, he didn't die, but it got his leg or something, and then he come back out. And one of my mates was actually working in a bar there, and apparently this geezer just come in and sat down. And was like, they were like, "You right, mate?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." They're like, "No, I think your leg looks a bit
mangled."
Yeah, and they're like, "What's happened?" And he was like, "Oh, just jumped in with the crocodile." And it literally went like round the world, like world news, that this guy jumped in.
Absolute
nutcase. And the next day, my mum phoned me up, and she was like,
"Was that you?"
Yeah, she actually thought like it might have been like me or Dan. Like, yeah, Cheers, man.
Fuck
But yeah, if you Google it, like,
I remember when you joyrided in that car.
Yeah.
You better not be doing that with the crocodiles.
yeah. But he just, I don't know why he done it. He was just a nutter. Just wanted to get in there with
a load of dinosaurs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nah, that's fucking ridiculous. When I was in, speaking of crocodiles,
crocodile man. Just put that.
when I was in Thailand, we went to a like a zoo, like crocodile sanctuary thing. Anyway, there was loads of fucking crocodiles, and they're all just like deadly still, not moving. And then they throw a bit of meat in, and it just fucking they're
quick, man.
Oh my god!
I went to a farm where they got them.
Put jump defense. Sorry.
And they like fucking cling on, don't they? And like twist and rip, and like that's the way they clamp and
they won't use any energy, so they look like they're asleep or not moving. They're just waiting, and you're like, well, they feed them chickens and all sorts of stuff, and then like, they're so quick once they get going.
They just come out of fucking nowhere. What's this? Is this
it's the guy? Yeah,
36-year-old man is extremely lucky not to have died after being bitten as he swam.
Yeah, he got in there
with a crocodile in Broome overnight. The man scaled a fence and climbed into the crocodile enclosure at Malcolm Douglas Crocodile Park after being ejected from the pub next door for being drunk.
Yeah.
He escaped with lacerations to his right leg. The man told police he wanted to sit on the back of Fatso, a 5-metre saltwater crocodile, and touch him. He was intoxicated and silly, Sergeant Roger Haynes said. He has gone to a reasonable effort to get in, and he is extremely lucky. Not too many people escape from between the jaws of a 5-metre crocodile.
Yeah, because I've been there, and that they feed that Fatso like once a day. It's like the moment where, and mate, when he comes out the water, mate, he's fucking massive. He's not just like 5 meters. He's
fat.
Huge.
Fat.
Oh, yeah. They said for unknown reasons, Fatso let him go, and he managed to rescale the fence. That's insane. I want to see this fucking crocodile.
Probably just wanted the story.
Oh my god! Look at the third one across next to the guy. Good lord! Look at the size of that. That would eat you whole. No fucking issue.
I reckon the only reason. Yeah, it didn't get it because they feed him and it's been around humans.
Oh, right, yeah.
Like when they shut places down because there'll be one like 5 meters or it'll be about, and if a wild one gets you, fucking hell, they just take you down to the bottom, like you're not getting away.
Fucking horrible. But to tie it in, I'm not being funny. Like if that fucking thing can exist, then why can't Bigfoot? Yeah. I mean, look at the fucking state of that crocodile. They're insane. They absolutely fascinate me. Speaking of Bigfoot, what are our thoughts on Bigfoot, on the Sasquatch? Do you think he's out there?
Where is he supposed to be knocking around?
He's all over the place. Anywhere. There's one in the Himalayas, I think. There's one in America somewhere. Ben, can you just Google
Scotland have pretty much claimed the Loch Ness, and they're like.
Yeah. Although I think there's a Bessie somewhere. There's a Nessie and a Bessie. But yeah,
your mum
saw
one.
Yeah.
Where was that?
My mum saw Bigfoot in Belton in Norfolk. You know what I mean? Little village. He's fucking everywhere. Maybe he teleports.
You think someone needs to like claim him, say that that's the place? And then it's like people will come there.
Yeah.
To to do little searches.
Well, what have you?
Got to be a money maker. In fact, I think I saw him around here actually.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Yeah, I saw him in the factory. Obviously, everyone's seen that famous picture, right? The one there. Yeah. What do we think, real or fake? The one that's been.
I don't know. Some of the footage when you see them and the way they walk and stuff. I mean, it's really good acting.
Could be a gorilla, couldn't it?
But isn't that in? They don't have them in unless it escaped from like a zoo or something. But it says Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch in in Canadian folklore and American folklore, is an ape-like creature that is said to inhabit the forests of North America. Supposedly, evidence of Bigfoot's existence is based on a number of disputed short videos, photographs, visual sightings, casts of large footprints. Several of these are known to be hoaxes. I've seen some videos. I feel like with a lot of these I think they're called cryptologists, and like people that hunt things like Bigfoot. It's no disrespect to them, God bless them. They're doing what makes them happy, and that's what I want everyone to do in this world, right? Much like some conspiracy theorists and ufologists and that, They don't help themselves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They tend to be a little bit odd. And I've seen some videos. I can't think of the name of the fucking video, but there's this guy, right, who claims that he knows how to call to a Sasquatch, and it's literally him just screaming in the middle of the woods on camera, and it's like, mate, no wonder no one is taking you fucking seriously. You know what I mean?
I think you're right. Funny. I think that's the trouble with a lot of them is you get lots of hoaxes.
Yeah.
And then it's almost like to say that you do believe something or are open to it, it almost seen as like silly or shit.
Yeah.
Even like the UFO thing, there's been so many hoaxes about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, yeah, like I say, you think, oh God, like it almost like if you believe it, you're a bit stupid.
Yeah, it's.
But I'm open actually to.
Yeah, UFOs. I think.
UFOs, especially after watching that documentary.
But like I
so
say, the world. It's like we watched that David Attenborough thing. We've pretty much fucking trampled most of the woods.
It probably did exist.
It probably did.
What? They probably considering
at some point.
we've fucking killed. What percentage of species was it?
Well, wasn't it 150 species a day? Or was it a day?
So it probably was about 30 years ago, but no, he ain't, because we fucked him.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, mate.
Definitely.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, definitely would have cooked him up.
Snapped him up straight away. But I would love to. Maybe we should try and reach out to a legitimate Bigfoot hunter.
Oh, right, I was gonna say,
and have a word with them.
Get that guy who can call him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see if we can get him. Cause
what I would love to do is get the guy who does the calling, and then get like someone who's an absolute tank, like from that geezer from Game of Thrones, and like dress him up and put all proper hair on. And then get him the calling, and then get him to fucking run out the woods at full pace, and just sprint at him, and then
put his eyes through.
Just see what his reaction is to that.
Yeah, 100%.
If he just stood there, I told you.
Yeah,
he's done this many a time.
Yeah, it fucking works.
Or he just fucking runs off.
Yeah, he just.
I did a bullet.
Yeah. Oh my god,
just picks him up and just runs him into the woods.
Yeah, yeah. Oh dear. So hoaxes. Both Bigfoot believers and non-believers agree that many of the reported sightings are hoaxes or misidentified animals. It must be really hard for someone who's like, genuinely believes in this and like really wants to prove it for all these hoaxes, because you got to think like, fuck's sake, you're not helping the cause, because like you say, it like instantly just takes credit away from what you're trying to achieve, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The thing with the Bigfoot as well, it's not that far from, like say, from a gorilla or like.
Yeah, it could easily.
Yeah, it could. I mean, the fact it's so rare, but it could easily exist. But if you take that compared to a UFO,
yeah,
you just go, oh well, it's highly likely a UFO. That sounds stupid, but
yeah, no, I know what you mean. I think it's more like the location. So it's like, why would that be there? So like the first, the first grizzly bear Bigfoot was reportedly killed near Fresno. Oh, I think this is where like they thought that there was a Bigfoot and it turned out to be a grizzly bear.
Okay.
And this is this is sometimes, maybe that's where these folklores and things originate from. They're trying to explain, something that's been going on, and so they just like reach.
Bears
for these...
do like stand up sometimes. They don't.
Yeah,
they do walk a bit like.
Well, haven't we got a whole thing
like geezer?
Like big cats. There's some like massive cat in the UK. There's loads of sightings of like these huge, like panther type things going around. Is that classed as a cryptid?
Yes, I think it is. Yeah. And there's one from Norfolk, not a cat but a dog, called Black Shuck, that I'm gonna be getting onto. That's in the email link. Ben, we'll get onto that in a little while.
Never heard of it.
They're supposed to have roamed the Norfolk Broads, etc., and killed a few people apparently.
Decent.
But I'm not entirely sold in the slightest, in all honesty, on Bigfoot. I think it's as big a stretch as they get. But some I am definitely open to. I would be open to Loch Ness because of the fact that it looks very closely related to one of the dinosaurs, and I just live by the logic of, if crocodiles made it through that era, there's no reason why others couldn't as well.
I think with Bigfoot as well, like you wouldn't, if you saw one of them, your first thing wouldn't be, fucking hell, he's got big feet.
Yeah.
I think that there would be, that where it's probably come from is like just a big footprint. And it's probably like a myth where someone's gone like,
oh, that's the Bigfoot.
That's Bigfoot. And it's like, they've used it. Oh, look, there's another one from, and it's just grown into this thing.
Yeah.
And then like probably a child's grown up, and then like where their parents have told them, and then they don't know whether it's real or not, and they do it, and then it just grows into this thing. Because that's the only reason why you would call it Bigfoot. You would never, if you saw that, I wouldn't be like, yeah, let's call him Bigfoot. I don't know what I would call it, but not Bigfoot.
Hench as fuck.
Yeah.
You know.
Where's the Sasquatch? Where's that?
That is
the same thing. But where's that? Where's
Sasquatch sounds fucking cool.
Where does that?
Just open up the Sasquatch.
Because that's a weird word, isn't it?
Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Doesn't say.
Is that the Canadian? Is that Bigfoot in Canadian folklore? I think, but. Yeah, there's been a lot of pictures, but also I think, especially nowadays, it would be so easy to fake something like that, wouldn't it? I mean, you just get a guy in a big. I mean, it's like, I know I said before on the podcast about my mum's story. A load of kids camping in a back garden, hears some rustling, runs out, sees a big oafish, furry thing running down the road. Could be a big bloke in a furry coat. yeah. Then I'm in a pimp jacket, just like fucking with his cane in his hand, like just going down the road.
Fuck me.
I think there is some logical explanations, but I'm not.
There hasn't been any real new footage, as that on an iPhone.
Nah. Just Ben, just Google like the latest Bigfoot footage.
That one picture there as well. I mean, it's called Bigfoot, and they haven't managed to get his feet.
They're that big.
Yeah.
He might have tiny little feet.
That looks like one of them like gorilla costumes you get for like fancy dress to me as well. But I'm not entirely sold on that one.
Great action shot.
I had the next cryptid that I had in mind. So we did the Loch Ness. We did Bigfoot. I was going to hit upon Mothman.
Classic.
So Mothman is from West Virginia, and it's a fascinating cryptid because the town has really leaned into it. Like they do a full on festival every year. Like they've got a statue in their town. They've just gone like all out in Point Pleasant, which is where this originates from, and much like Area 51 and the surrounding areas, if you go to Area 51 and you ask someone like, are aliens real? They're like, what a fucking stupid question. Of course they are. I think it's a similar vibe in the town of Point Pleasant with Mothman. And I watched a full documentary on the area. They seem like lovely people, but they are like balls deep in this Mothman thing.
Mothman prophecies.
Yeah. So the thing with Mothman is there's many different iterations. One is, which is quite interesting, is that basically Mothman is like a harbinger of bad things. So basically, if he is seen, it normally happens before a bad event that happens. Which has been seen across the world, actually. I think there's like an event in Russia, and people claim to see a Mothman-like creature a day before. There was a bridge in Point Pleasant that someone claimed to sort of seen Mothman, and then like the next day, a massive bridge that goes over a river just collapsed, and there was, I think, about 40 deaths.
Oh, shit. That's in the film, isn't it?
I'm not sure, is it?
Yeah,
I haven't seen the
Was
film.
that in Italy where that bridge fucking collapsed?
No, that's in West Virginia.
Yeah, with Richard Gere. I mean, the bridge. That's the whole. I think that's the end. I mean, I've ruined it for anyone watching it, but it builds up to the big bridge.
Yeah.
Anyone who's just sitting there waiting to watch a Richard Gere film.
It's like 1997 or something.
Yeah, they're like, God's sake, people just can't wait, can they? Until
we've given you 23 years. Spoiler alert.
So sorry. But that I think that boiled down to in the documentary that I watched.
It's just a B-Tech Clooney, isn't it?
That boiled down to literally, I think it was like one like bolt that was just a bit fucked. That just took the whole thing. Completely fucked the whole bridge. Jesus. But there are a lot of crazy stories about Mothman. One of the first sightings is. Which you can see there, actually. I was then going to recite it from memory, but I don't even have to. It says, on November 15th in 1966, two young couples from Point Pleasant, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Mallett, told police they saw a large grey creature whose eyes glowed red when the car's headlights picked it up. They described it as a large flying man with 10-foot wings following their car while they were driving in an area outside of town known as the TNT area, the site of former World War II munitions plant. During the next few days, other people reported similar sightings. Two volunteer firemen who saw it said that it was just a large bird with red eyes. Mason County Sheriff George Johnson commented that he believed the sightings were due to an unusually large heron he termed... Sorry, it's so far away. He termed... I thought it said that. A shite poke. I had to double check. I thought, what the fuck's going on? Contractor Neil Partridge told Johnson that when he aimed a flashlight at a creature in a nearby field, its eyes glowed like bicycle reflectors, and blamed buzzing noises from his television set and the disappearance of his German Shepherd on the creature. Wildlife biologist Robert L. Smith at West Virginia University told reporters that descriptions and sightings all fit the sandhill crane, a large American crane almost as high as a man with 7-foot wingspan featuring circles of reddish colouring around the eyes, and that the bird may have wandered out of its migration route. This particular crane was unrecognised at first because it's not native to this region. So, there's lots of different thoughts about it. Obviously, there's some people being more logical than others. I believe that munitions plant nearby to Point Pleasant is apparently where Mothman resides, where Mothman lives. And there are other stories of Mothman taking children and all sorts of stuff. But I did a video on Mothman, and it got a lot weirder than I thought it was going to, because, basically, all of a sudden, there was a Mothman YouTube account, a Mothman Twitter account, and a Mothman Twitch account, and then there was a Mothman diss track on me, where Mothman wrote and performed a diss track on me. There was threatening videos from a Mothman, and it turned out to be someone that watched my videos making these videos. But it went so far as to a voice actor for Ghost from Call of Duty was paid to basically commentate on this beef. And it just went. We made a collaboration, didn't we? The Mothman comic strip. It just went so far. Like it was hilarious, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Did you ever find out? You didn't have...
I did.
You found out who it was?
I found out about a month ago.
Oh, okay.
It took ages. Shout out to Scott, who, to be fair, I thought, who's got the resources for all this? And I know who can like edit and stuff, and so it turned out to be Scott. But
bit of a shit name though, isn't it? Mothman. That's the
Mothman.
That's the only thing for me. Like, why would you go if there was like a bird with red eyes and stuff?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you call it like Dragon Man, or why would you go for a moth?
A moth, yeah.
Yeah.
That irritating fucking thing that's just obsessed with lights.
Maybe that was it. Maybe it was fucking just
smashing into the headlamps.
Smashing into the lights aggressively.
Yeah. Just not giving up.
Moths aren't that scary. It's just like...
Yeah, they're just fucking annoying, aren't they?
That's what I mean. Why go with Mothman? Fucking up your game.
Yeah, isn't it?
And they always fly into the light, don't they? So if you want to kill him,
just drive faster.
Yeah, or put your light into like a wall.
Just fucking massive fire.
He'll just smash right into the wall.
100%.
There you go. Oh, the Mothman.
And he's dead.
Fucking done him over a $2.99 fucking torch.
And they're fucking all dusty as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Moths. Weird.
They're just fucking
weird
grim,
creatures.
They really are.
Why are they so fucking dusty?
We
It's so dusty, man. Fucking clean yourselves, you can.
Have a wash.
Dust yourself off.
Moth. we actually have our own version in Cornwall called Owlman.
Owlman.
Yeah,
Fuck's
yeah.
sake.
Just quickly Google Owlman, Ben. Yeah, Owlman is literally like
Owl.
Owlman.
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 Alvin.
And not the comic. Owlman.
There's a
Cornwall.
comic.
Cryptid.
There's a comic.
There's an Owlman in Batman.
Yeah, I think so.
That's terrible.
But like in Cornish folklore, the Owlman, sometimes referred to as the Cornish Owlman, or the Owlman of Morning, is an owl as an owl-like creature, said to have been seen in 1976 in the village of Morning, Cornwall. The Owlman is sometimes compared to Mothman. However, a Eurasian eagle owl is likely the source of the legend. But yeah, so basically it's just our version.
Owlman would be quite scary though. Like imagine in like there's a scene
With his
like
head,
a film.
sorry.
Yeah, and like Batman's like fucking coming up behind him and his
Yeah.
head just fucking spins round proper quick.
Yeah,
He's just like,
I tell you what made me fucking terrified of owls. Have you seen the film Fourth Kind?
no.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck
Have you?
me. That film
obviously.
is it's about aliens.
Okay.
It's fucking horrible, but it's brilliant how they've done it. It's got
it new?
Mila Jovovich in it. I think it was 2010.
Yeah.
And what they do is fucking genius. Is basically there's a town that's being plagued by visions of owls, and then they're waking up with weird markings on them and stuff. Basically, seeing the owl is like a hallucination that the aliens are doing to abduct people. But the way that they make the film, you'll have to watch it, honestly. It's one of the most horrific films I've ever seen. And genius is they have like actual footage and reenacted footage. And it's all like recorded therapy sessions and stuff. And because they use deep hypnosis to get past this vision of owls to what has actually happened, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
And just the way that they're reciting what's happened and stuff, and the acting, and it's one of the most harrowing films I've ever seen.
Really?
But
Fourth
it's
Kind?
Fourth Kind.
Fourth Kind. Cool.
Because it's the fourth kind of abduction. There it is, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Fourth,
that-
and it's got
Richard
Mila
Gere.
Jovovich in it. So the fourth kind is being taken. I think the first kind is seeing, second kind, probably stuff like that. But yeah, it's a fucking excellent film. Rotten Tomatoes is given 18%. Ignore that. I swear to God, honestly, it's fucking excellent. But yeah,
3-star on IMDb.
yeah. But it's honestly, it's so good. It's so good. But yeah, that just reminded me. The Owlman just reminded me, because I thought, how can owls be scary? Then I remembered this film, and fucking hell, it just makes owls so fucking scary. But yeah, I highly, highly recommend The Fourth Kind, guys. Shall we take it to a break?
Yeah, man.
As we've hit our kind of normal break time. When we come back, guys, we'll be talking more spooky, cryptid, alien stuff with you. All right? We'll see you in just a minute.
I've been used sometimes, left alone in the heat.
Turquoise shorts, running down Wilbury, sweating.
Yeah.
Call him the Chip Man.
He definitely wasn't human. He was perspirating everywhere.
Yeah. He's like Hulk, mate. He just has a chip and he fucking goes into a mad mode. Just fucking takes out everyone. Not again! Pure rage.
Yeah.
The unescapable pain!
Chip Boy 2. The unescapable pain coming soon.
Oh dear. Well, we've been brought back in. Hello guys. How's it going?
The unescapable pain.
We'll keep that. I like that. We're just talking about how painful the chip was and how much it would cost for us to do another one. But yeah, fucking that was.
Turns out quite a lot.
Yeah, because that was honestly horrific. Absolutely horrific. Right, cryptids. Oh dear, oh dear. So obviously there are certain creatures out there that we're all aware of.
Man United fans. Jokes, don't put that in, Ben. No shit.
You're fucked, mate.
They're coming for you, mate. Werewolves, I was going to say. Werewolves, vampires, things like that.
Them too.
Now, there is a little bit of history when it comes to the werewolf, from what I can gauge. Peter Stumpf.
Great name.
Yeah, a
That's going on the
German
t-shirt.
serial killer who was executed in 1589. Now, quick disclaimer. I did a video on this on my channel. Lozu was in it as well. A little bit of background for you. I was making the thumbnail and I googled Peter Stumpf, and there he was. There was a photo of him, and I was like, "Fucking getting quality." Put that on the thumbnail. Finished the thumbnail. Then I thought,
Yeah.
he's from the 15th
Yeah.
century.
Where the fuck did they get the...
And I Googled, when were cameras invented?
Yeah.
And it turned out it was a completely different guy. If you just Google Peter Stumpf, it's a Peter STM.
Oh, imagine you put him on there. It's like this.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
Yeah.
I know him.
That's my
Johnny.
great uncle.
Yeah.
And then got any images. See if his face. No, that
the
guy,
one, yeah,
bottom right,
bottom.
to one to the left.
Yeah.
How's Donald Trump
No,
in
that
there?
one.
That's
This
the one,
guy.
yeah.
I was like, oh look, it's Peter Stumpf.
Go compare!
He looks like the Go Compare guy with that sash. The hair is bang
He's
on.
got those Star Wars buns going on.
Yeah, Princess Leia for
Yeah.
days.
That is the most budget
But yeah,
Star
Princess
Wars.
he
Slayer.
is not. He is not Peter Stumpf. But if you want to hear a little bit about Peter Stumpf, so one of the most prolific werewolf cases in history was Peter Stumpf. He was a German serial killer who was executed in 1589. Spoilers. He was accused of being a werewolf, practicing witchcraft and cannibalism. He confessed to practicing black magic from the age of 12 and claimed that the devil had given him a magical belt which allowed him to transform into the likeness of a greedy, devouring wolf, strong and mighty, with eyes great and large, which in the night sparkled like fire, a mouth great and wide, with most sharp and cruel teeth, a huge body, and mighty paws. He later confessed to killing and eating 14 children, 2 pregnant women, whose fetuses he ripped from their wombs and ate their hearts, panting hot and raw, which he later described as dainty morsels. One of the 14 children was his own son, whose brain he was reported to have devoured. He was also accused of having an incestuous relationship with his daughter, who was sentenced to die with him.
Why is his daughter got to die?
I have no idea.
Is this guy legit? This actually,
He actually says this is a legitimate serial killer
I'd like
from
to
that
see
time.
him eat a hot chip.
He'd devour it by the
He
sounds
would,
of
mate.
it.
Fucking-
Good, yeah, he was quite something.
I mean, his poor daughter. She
I
must have
know.
been involved, surely.
I'm pretty sure, unless we get my stories mixed up, there was also a woman that would, like a mistress, who was burnt along with them, and the reason that she was burnt, is this the right guy?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah. The reason that she was burnt is that she was so beautiful, she must have been a gift from the devil to him for the evil that he does. Therefore, she's a demon. Therefore, she should be burnt with him.
Who burnt her?
The village, the town folk. Yeah. So she was literally burnt for being attractive.
So he got a belt.
He had a belt, a magical belt from the devil, which allowed him to transform into a werewolf.
I've got a little thing about the origins of the werewolf. Basically, what it is obviously humans. We are made up of, I don't know what the actual percentage, but it's like 80% water or something.
Yeah.
And obviously, the moon, sort of, that does all the
the tides and stuff. Yeah.
So basically, when there's a full moon, it can obviously we're made up of water as well, so it does actually affect the human body, which is the water on Earth as well.
Yeah.
So that's why when there's a full moon, that's where the story. We're a bit different. We can act a bit different because obviously if the moon's doing the pull of the tides and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's where like just the origins of the story was like on a full moon.
Is it type in? Is it lycanopathy?
Oh, yeah,
lycanopathy or something like that. I think that's what you're describing there, Jimmy. Lycanopathy or something like that. Just put ly. CAN.
Underworld
places like
because the lichen is
lichens are well. The places like A&E at hospitals. Apparently, on nights of full moons, that's like when you get like the fucking. They like doctors always say like that's when the fucking like crazies come in.
Really?
Yeah, on full moons. Like full moons send people. Yeah. Some clinical lycanthropy. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. So clinical lycanthropy is the delusional belief that a person can transform into a wolf or other animal. It's actually a mental illness.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Which is probably what Peter Stump had.
He wasn't all there, was he?
It's a very rare condition and is largely considered to be an idiosyncratic expression of a psychotic episode caused by another condition such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or clinical depression.
That's fucking scary, isn't it? Imagine that happens to you, and like you think when that happens to whoever, they think they're a wolf. Like imagine thinking you're a wolf,
and going around
running around.
Does it make you think that you're a wolf?
Yeah, it makes you think you believe that you're a wolf. Yeah.
But imagine
I get that every Sunday, every Saturday.
How they get
Here he is, the werewolf.
Also, scissor kick.
That would be. That's even a little bit more scary than actually someone turning into a wolf.
Yeah,
like some nutter thinking he's a wolf.
Absolutely.
What Peter? What?
Peter Stump. It's actually Peter Stump, but
we could probably get away putting that on a t-shirt. It's a long time.
We can get that picture of that guy. I think that with just.
Do you reckon he's got the rights for that?
Oh, fuck
what if we?
do you know what?
What if we took that image, and changed his clothes to like a fucking like a feeler fucking like tracksuit top, and then have APMA instead of like, do you know what I mean?
Peter Schweppes.
But yeah,
that's going on a shirt.
Yeah, man.
I don't care.
Save that,
this dude anyway.
I don't actually know, but that's when you type in Peter Stump.
He's the werewolf of Bedburg.
Yeah, but that
is the same guy.
Peter Stump. So I think this article has used his face, and I had the savvy to think, hang on a minute,
well, mate, if they've
that
used
was taken on a camera.
I don't care.
If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us.
I don't care. That's going on a shirt. If you own that photo, fucking, I'll buy it off you.
Peter Stump.
He ain't got any descendants.
Oh dear, yeah. But so that is an origin of the werewolf mythology, which is pretty mad. That's like with just quickly get up Vlad the Impaler. He's the origin for Dracula, which is
Dracula.
Yeah, Vlad the Impaler. He was a real guy.
Okay.
Vlad the Impaler or Vlad Dracula. After an 8-year struggle, Vlad again. Oh no, Vlad III, also known as Vlad the Impaler or Vlad Dracula, was Voivode of Wallachia 3 times between 1448 and his death. He is often considered one of the most important rulers in their history and a national hero in Romania. He used to, I think, impale the heads of like the leaders and stuff that he went against. That was kind of his MO, and I believe that he drank the blood of his. They weren't victims because he was a ruler, you see. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so he
got
you know,
leverage.
so it was basically whoever
Kind
he
of
kind of
okay.
took over. Have we got anything where he says about being like just put like Vlad the Impaler, vampire origins? Because that is where the whole Dracula thing originates from. But it's just fascinating that, you know, these things that we see in like movies and stuff originate from actual people, actual events.
That's true.
Like that is absolutely horrible. But then some of them are very stretched, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Do you know what that one's actually? It's like a guy who killed like
Ed Gein or something. His name isn't. Oh, is it that guy? Yeah, Ed Gein.
something like that. Just Texas Chainsaw
He
Massacre.
didn't actually have a chainsaw, did he?
No, or anything like that. There was no cannibalistic family. There wasn't anything.
They really stretch it on some stuff, don't they?
Yeah, and I think that in fact, I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This might be a bit of trivia that isn't true.
Ed Gein, the guy is called, and he was obsessed with like people's
Body
skin.
parts.
Yeah.
And he used to like cut. Yeah, he used to love. Yeah, he had like lamps and shit made
Yeah.
of people's skin, and
But
he looked like a psycho. To be fair.
But I'm pretty sure. Might be making this up. But
Ed Gein,
the creator of Texas Chainsaw Massacre put like based on true events and did it on purpose, like stretched it so far on purpose to show just how
far you can go.
how far you can go from the actual truth and still get away with saying based on true events, because it's not even closely
that's the trouble now, isn't it? A bit like we talked earlier about people ruining it. Like, no, when you see a film going based on true events,
you just think that's
that's bullshit.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't have any meaning.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So did the real Ed Gein use a chainsaw to kill his victims? No. Both of Ed Gein's identified victims, Mary Hogan and Bernice Warden, were shot with a pistol. In 1957, police found Bernice Warden hanging from the rafters in a shed behind Gein's house. Her body had been gutted like a deer, and the head had been removed. Ed Gein was also the suspect in several other missing persons. The element of the chainsaw that was added for the film's story once again emphasises the loose connections of the film to him. That's unbelievable.
He wore a vest of skin complete with breasts and female genitalia.
Oh,
like that's almost more fucked up than the if you were like called him the Skin Man.
Yeah. They did wear a human's scalp and face.
I don't know. That's not as scary as a chainsaw massacre. Oh, the Skin Man.
But there's no chainsaw, so it's just like it's total bollocks, isn't it?
Yeah,
when you realise that, see, like it's the massacre.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah,
and he only killed 2, didn't he?
Yeah, so it's not even that. It's not even a serial killer.
Didn't even make it onto the top.
It's not even.
Exactly.
No, he's not. Yeah, by definition, you have to kill 3 people.
Yeah, just a worm.
We're back to that
Classic.
100%.
You're just a fucking worm, boy.
The worm.
Little fun bitch,
New
boy. But have you heard of the chupacabra?
Yes.
You have?
It's short.
The Mexican, it's like a dog thing. Now, if you just type in chupacabra, Ben.
Do you want to spell that, Ben?
CHUB Cabra.
Well, carbonara.
It sounds a bit like Chewbacca.
Cabra. Come on, Ben.
Chewbacca Raka.
I don't think there's an H. Chupacabra. So it's basically this beast that kills and drains the blood of goats, right? Now, if you put in Chupacabra in woman's living room, because I've watched a documentary, there is a woman who claims to have caught it, right? And she's like, there's this big documentary, right? massive documentary all about this chupacabra, how it kept showing up in this area, and how this woman has it. And you're like, oh my God, she fucking has it. I can't wait to see this. She's got it stuffed, preserved in her living room, right? It's literally a fucking like whippet dog. And it's just like, but when she's talking about it, she's like convinced.
She builds it up.
And the reason she's convinced is because she had it tested, like DNA tested, and it came back that it looks a lot like that, but it looks like a dog with mange basically. But it came back that it had dog DNA and some sort of wolf DNA. But the thing was, the dog and the wolf couldn't possibly have crossbred, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like a DNA enigma, basically. But yeah, she claims that it is the mythological goat killer. But obviously that's heavily disputed.
I love how they're like mythological goat killer.
Yeah.
Like,
of all the things to be mythological about.
yeah.
Like,
no one cares. Do
Like
they?
humans,
Yeah.
Killing
like
goats.
humans fucking kill goats, don't they? It
Yeah.
doesn't make us mythological. Just fucking...
Yeah, although we'd love
So
to be.
what did they with the DNA when
Yeah.
they tested it? What was the explanation of it being crossed?
They couldn't,
They
and
couldn't.
that was what she kind of like not clung to, but she did push it hard.
That's
you
why the
know.
documentary.
What is it?
Yeah.
A wolf? A wolf?
Yeah,
creature?
it's Ben. Just try and get a different website, mate. Go
Could
on.
she have got 2 bits of DNA and like mixed them up? Can you do that?
Quite
No.
possibly. Quite possibly.
Yeah, couldn't you just rub a bit of like
on
wolf
images?
on him, and it'd be like,
Check that.
yeah.
Bit of wolf semen.
That is literally what it looks like. Also, there we go. It's there to your right. One more to your right. That's literally. Like, oh no, and it's on the left as well. Sorry, down one. That's it in her living room, right? So it just looks like a dog, doesn't it? But I think it's something to do with like the spine, the hind legs are wrong, the tail and stuff.
Okay.
But she claims that this
It does
is
look a bit weird.
Yeah,
It looks just a bit malnourished, to be honest with you. And she's got a fucking zebra in the background.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's a hunter, like proper full on.
Did she say she caught it?
Yeah, and she hunted it for years. And but
She
I
fucking
was
video
so
it
I
when
was
it was alive.
yeah, innit? But I was just so
Shit.
disappointed because she bigged this chupacabra up for the whole documentary, and then you see it, and I mean it does look like, and I think also the teeth don't match that of a dog, like but she bigged it up, and then it's just like that's a fucking there she is. That is her holding it.
Oh,
It's like,
that's her
it's a
holding it,
fucking
yeah.
dog, man. It's an actual dog.
Let's have a look at that one. Oh, it's
More
so-
scary thing about that is her gold watch, mate.
That is for me, yeah. That is 100%. Yeah, so it says it is one ugly creature.
Even if that was true, like a bit of a dog mix with a wolf, I wouldn't be that bothered.
Don't they come from
Yeah.
wolves
That's
anyway?
it. That's what I thought.
Because it's just
yeah.
like, it's like, you know, the tiger, the liger, like the lion and the tiger crossbreed, the liger. That's a bit fucking weird, but like, I mean, that's more scary than that thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm just reading through this to see if it says about the DNA, because they got DNA tested. I think it could have. I think this might have been taken from before she got a DNA tested.
Surely a wolf could bang some sort of dog.
You think so? But I don't think it's as straightforward, like on a biological level.
They probably would,
Yeah.
wouldn't they?
In the
If
comments.
you think of dogs hump anything. Like a wolf, if it saw a dog, it'd probably have a go.
They don't get on though, do they?
Oh, just try to
Nah.
just
Yeah,
kill it.
basically that's how
It's like a hate
that's how
fuck.
we that's how we come to like have dogs as things, because we used to have them back in the day, and they would like bark when a wolf would come
Right.
into like the camp or whatever.
Are they completely the species? Are they ever linked down the line?
Well, I think no. What they must have just had wolves, and the other wolves learnt that if they protect us, they get given food.
Right.
That's why dogs
Oh,
just stay
yeah.
loyal to us, because
Yeah.
it's all,
But dogs evolve from wolves.
yeah, they come
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
them,
So that's again that big.
It's not out of the realms.
It's not out of the realms of like, oh, there was a dog
there
with
could
like
still be some DNA,
high
yeah.
wolf DNA in him,
Yeah.
and another wolf fucked it,
yeah,
and it just had a little Dog. Do you know what I mean? I mean, dogs mate all the
dog sperm.
look at the amount of dogs.
They're always
we've got.
banging.
Dogs, like the interbreeds of dogs.
Yeah.
Mutts,
Oh
isn't
yeah.
there? There's
I know.
so many
yeah,
of them.
Yeah. I saw fucking hell the other day. I saw like this. I don't know. I'm not big on like dog breeds and that. So I'm not too
Dog
sure.
porn, I thought you said.
It was like this. I thought it was like a really fluffy sausage dog, right?
Yeah.
Fucking so fluffy. And then I was driving past, I was like, fucking, that's a fluffy sausage dog. And as I drove past, I saw the face. It had the face of a fucking pug. So I was like, what the fuck's going on there?
Face of a wolf.
Just the face of a
face
human.
of a crocodile.
Just the face of a human. Just a little.
That fucking, do you remember that
Crossbreeding.
film? Is it like Mars?
don't-
Do you remember that film Mars Attacks? Do you remember that? Just Ben, just Google. I think it's Mars Attacks. The dog head. thing.
It's just the little face of a human. Just looked at it, just went.
Yeah, and then
Hey,
put
Jordan.
dog head. Do you remember this film? The guy, I think it was Piers Brosnan.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Like the fucking head on the dog. Fucking brilliant.
That was it.
Vetterstorm. But yeah, so yeah, obviously dogs can be bred. I mean, that one was bred 3 ways, so I don't know how the fuck that worked. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, the freeway.
Not an animal biologist, but it is what it is. But yeah, so that's the that is the chupacabra. But yeah, cryptids, they do fascinate me. The biggest thing about it for me with cryptids is the ones that have been proven to be real. Because that just shows like the possibility is out there, like with the giant squid, which is one that obviously I would love not to be real because I'm not too keen on the ocean. But the idea of, the kraken and all that sort of stuff, these massive these massive squids that would take ships to the bottom of the ocean, and then it turned out actually fucking hell.
The Meg.
Yeah.
The big
Turns
shark.
out actually they're real. So we got here five cryptids that are actually proven to be real. First one, the giant squid.
How big was it?
I think the biggest one on record.
Some have been really big, yeah.
Yeah, 40 foot long.
Yeah.
Because they always say this and it's all the tentacles and how big. I want to know just the body size because they do this with
so
birds
legs
and that,
don't
don't they?
count.
They're like,
wingspan.
Take the wings out of it, you
don't
pussies.
I want to know how
Hack
big
them
its
off
body
and then
is.
get a ruler out. The
Get on.
platypus.
That was a cryptid.
The platypus was I mean, look, it does look a bit fucking weird. It's like a beaver duck hybrid.
Well, they're not real.
A beaver fucked a duck.
They are real.
Now
Yeah.
these are the ones that have been proven to be real.
Oh right, I was gonna say
See, that's just.
I've seen one.
Attenborough fucking found one of them.
Oh, what's this one?
The frilled shark, sea
Ooh.
serpents,
That's
have stoked the fears of seafarers for centuries, tormenting sailors and swallowing ships whole. From Texas to Norway, reports of the sea serpents sprang up in local and national publications during the 19th century, depicted as gargantuan snakes devouring unwitting mariners while they innocently roamed the seas.
Jesus Christ.
Today, the frilled shark could be considered the closest animal to these horrific serpent tales, appearing much like those descriptions written in antiquity. This is beautifully written, though comparatively smaller. The frilled shark was discovered in the late 1800s by German ichthyologist Peter Ludwig H.P. Doederlein. And later described by Samuel Garman as such an animal as that described is very likely to unsettle disbelief in what is popularly called the sea serpent, but it's actually a shark. Mad.
I'd tell you what,
that's disgusting.
Look at those
I'd
teeth.
put a couple of harpoons through that.
Yeah.
No
It doesn't look very
problem.
big though. That's what I'm saying.
25 clusters of 300 sharp serrated teeth. Look at those teeth. They just look like, if that latches onto you, that is going to fuck you up.
It looks like a bit like an eel.
Yeah. Ugh.
Eel with fucking teeth.
Yeah, eel.
What we got? The Jersey Devil. Oh, with real potential. These are so it's them three that turned out to be real. What are the ones with real potential? The Jersey Devil looks like a fucking kangaroo bat.
What?
It's a kangaroo bat, mate.
The fucking dog wolf's got more potential than that.
Is that a bat?
That's a
Just
bat.
sucking on.
Sucking on some tea.
Yeah. Do they do that?
Sucking on a nip.
Hammerhead
Nice.
bat.
You need some saxophone.
The orange pendak.
Sumatra's 8-man cryptid. It sounds like another fucking Bigfoot.
Yeah.
The Indonesian Bigfoot. What else we got on here, Ben? Anything else? The Megalodon.
I'd buy that.
Jason Statham took care
Yeah,
of it.
fuck.
Makes
it.
the best films.
Well, did you hear about the shark that? So basically, they put sensors or tagged these sharks, great white sharks, to see what they were up to, and then one that was tagged all of a sudden like dropped like 1,500 feet at record speed. But the temperature increased, didn't decrease, considering it gets colder as you go down.
Yeah.
So the only logical explanation was that something bigger came along,
And
ate this great white shark, and took it down
Shit.
really quickly. And they were saying, like, can a whale do that? Can't it do that? But they said the most logical was a bigger predator, a bigger fucking shark. And the only thing that's really bigger than a great white shark, other than a fucking huge great white shark, is something like a megalodon.
If you like, so sharks have survived like past the dinosaurs and stuff,
Yeah.
didn't they? So like the chances of a megalodon being out there, I think it could happen. The
100%.
ocean's so big.
Yeah, exactly.
Like-
Do you know how long sharks live for? Ben,
It's quite
Google.
wide.
Fucking. Neither do I. Nah, I just know.
It's a long time.
It's a long
It's a
time. I
long
think like the
time.
oldest. No, hang on. Wait. No.
That's not a
There's
long
like a
time.
300-year-old shark. Just put look, can a shark live 400 years?
Yeah.
Such like the Greenland shark, a 5-meter long predator that may live more than 400 years.
Yeah. How long did the megalodon live for?
5 million years. It all makes sense now.
Billion.
How many years on the old megalodon, Ben?
They actually only live 20 to 30 years, though.
That's probably because of us though,
Yeah.
because we fish and we fucking take their fins for soup.
Jeez, you're right there. Fucking hell, he's being attacked by a megalodon.
It's a shark.
Carchorocles megalodon was once the most fearsome predator to reign the seas. This ancient shark lived roughly 20. That's when it lived. How long did it live for? We probably don't know. Yeah, that would just be a guess, wouldn't it? 3 times the length of a modern day white
birthday
shark is the largest shark to ever live. Yeah, but you just wouldn't.
Like
4
years.
years. You wouldn't want one of them fuckers roaming about, though, would you? Let's be honest. You know what I mean, 11 foot.
I think I would rather get taken by a megalodon, though, than a great white. I think a great white's at that size of, like...
Snappy.
It's going to do you in pieces.
It kind of gets you, but it doesn't, like... At least a
Finish the
megalodon...
job.
I feel like a megalodon would just fucking... You wouldn't even know about it. It'd just be like...
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully so. Just eat you straight in half.
Another thing about shark attacks as well, they weigh like a ton, don't they? And apparently when they hit you, they come in at like 30 miles an hour. So it's
Like a bus.
it's like being
Fucking
it's just
hell.
like being hit by a car. You don't really.
Fuck. I would never even think that.
Yeah, it's not like it comes up and just has it literally like
Smashes you out.
smashes the.
Have you seen them when they like come up and get seals and stuff?
Yeah.
No.
They just come up. You wouldn't even know.
The power
mate.
of them. Some of
Really?
them. There's some of them like there's some footage of them coming out the water, and the whole shark comes out the water.
Fucking
There's
hell.
one. There's a
Pull that
They're
up,
like a slow motion. Yeah,
there's a slow motion with a seal.
Slow-mo
of it coming out, and it's
seal
it's
kill.
Fucking insane.
Our average weight between 680 to 1,110 kilos.
Yeah, they just.
What?
Is Ben typing or is he?
Yeah, Ben, you about?
Yeah.
What's going on?
And how far? I'm sure they go like 30 miles an hour.
That's insane.
64 knots.
50 kilometres. Fucking hell.
That's a
Yeah,
I want to see one eat
So
a
I mean, it's
seal.
like being hit by
yeah,
a car.
do the slow mo seal.
Ben.
Any time
No,
of day, Ben.
no, don't
What's
search
going
for it in
on?
slow motion, Ben. You wanna-
I'm searching in slow mo.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. 3 minutes. Whoa. He's just absolutely yeeted him in the air.
Look at those teeth.
See, that's you.
Oh, mate, those teeth.
People
Did he
actually
need to come
go
out this far?
Hello?
How's he done that? He's flying.
And he's going so slowly.
Mate.
Would you go for a walk in a forest if someone
If
said
that was in
that
there.
came out of the
Yeah.
fucking thing and just could take you into the bushes? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not going for a
Fuck
walk in
yeah.
a
Some
forest.
people call that dogging.
Fucking, that is insane. The raw power. I respect it.
The raw power.
Dear, oh dear. Oh man. Well, I tell you what. I think it's a strange place, but a nice place to leave a mythological creature podcast with something that is very fucking real and will fuck you up in no time at all. The great white shark. But there we go, guys. If you enjoyed this, please let us know in the comments down below. Let us know your favourite cryptid, and do you enjoy surfing? We'd love to know. We really would love to know. Boys, thank you so much, as always.
Thank you.
No problem, dude.
We got through.
We did.
Up the APMA, bro.
Up the APMA. Thank you, guys. We'll see you very, very soon.
Up the APMA, bro.
See you later, bro.
Yeah, bro.